Today, let me show you how much wisdom has got me and elevated me to boss status, right? Now, I know I talked about my case and I talked about being cheated on by my ex and stuff like that. I gave you the names and things like that, right? What I haven't really given most people is that I had to go through a lot of like losses and wins, obviously, but I had to go through a lot of losses to get to here, right? One of the things losses have taught me is to stand on my own, right? I have never called nobody for nothing. I never called nobody and said, yo, somebody's doing this and you come and help me. This is not a thing that I do. Anybody that see me outside, they see me by myself. They won't see me with other people. They will normally see me by myself, or maybe one other person. More than likely it's because I'm meeting up with the other person. They're not going to see me with a bunch of people. And one of the reasons why they're not going to see me with a bunch of people is because I don't need a bunch of people. You're never going to see me call nobody, right? Because I can stand on my own 2 feet. What we have in this country is a bunch of suckers. We got suckers that got money. We got suckers in positions of power. We have suckers that can't stand on their own at all. They would never, ever be able to stand on their own, let alone go through what I went through. They would never be able to do that. And then what happens is the masses that are suckers too, they follow these people. They literally join in and follow these people to do more sucker stuff. And what bothers me more is that the country, like the feds, the police, and things like that, they allow this to happen, or they they fund it, or they what do you call it? Like they join in, like they push it low. I don't know what the word. I forget the word, but they're pushing it, like they pushing the agenda. And one thing about a sucker, right, is that a sucker doesn't know he's a sucker. So he doesn't know he's a sucker. He thinks he's like, the crowd loves him and stuff like that. He thinks this type of stuff. And, when you, it's one thing for a person to do sucker shit, right? It's one thing for a person to do sucker shit. It's another thing for a person to be a sucker. There's things that I've done in my life that I'm not proud of, but I've had to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's things that you have to do. There's some things I would never do. But there's some things that you just have to do at the time. And it's some things you did and you didn't know at the time. You weren't, I think, mature enough. I guess that would be the best way to call it. And there's some things that you have to do. Like, I would never, and see, this is what makes you a man. You never make excuses for that type of stuff. You do it. You know it happened, and you move on from those type of things, right? But sucker stuff is in your character. This is the stuff that happens. This is something you don't take a stand for nothing. So everything you do normally just be sucker stuff. And one of the things that hurts me with my case, or with the girl, with the guy, my friends and stuff like that, is they're never going to tell you. They're never going to tell you how much I have done for them. This is really disgusting in nature, right? Where you came to me at your lowest moments. I went to my ex's grandmom's funeral. I'm such a sturdy person. I go to her grandma's funeral. I pay for her to go to New York, stuff like that, right? She starts breaking down, crying at the gravesite. I go to the gravesite and everything. I didn't even want to go. It's 100 people. I don't even like people, but I didn't want to go. She needed me to go, so I went. Mind you, think about that. She needed me to go. I went with her to do that. I didn't even want to go, right? She breaks down crying in front of me. She lands on the ground. I look down, I look up. Everybody's looking at me. Actually, her aunt or cousin breaks down too near her. Her dad, right? This is her real dad. Her dad looks at me. We both clock eyes. I think he was waiting for me to do something, and because that was her father, and I knew, by her conversations, I knew how much she needed her father. I knew how much she loved her father. I knew how much she needed her father, right? And people, she'll say, I hate my father because of this and that, and like they really love him for real, but they hate him because of some of the stuff they do, right? Or did. I knew she needed her father. I've been taking care of her at her lowest moments for the last 3 years, 2 years at the time. So I'm always there. So what did I do? I gave the moment for her father. I let her father pick her up off the ground, console her. I gave that moment for her father. This is how sturdy of a man I am. I gave that moment to her father. That's wallahi, I gave that moment to her father. I could have picked her up and been like, all right, babe, you know, I mean, I could have did that. But we locked eyes, and I was going to pick her up. And I saw him, I was like, and I backed up, and he went and picked her up. This is sturdy stuff. Something that none of you people would know anything about. Self-sacrifice stuff. She needed to have that moment with her father. I don't even think he even understands that. He may not even know that. I don't know. This is what men do. This is what solid, honorable men do. Something we don't have in this world because they either lock us up, kill us, or slander our name so bad that you suckers think that a person is not real or whatever. Like even with the Young Dolph thing, I watched two people who don't know nothing about murder kill somebody. They can't even hold the gun for real. Kill somebody that's a millionaire. Now explain that to me. Let's see the cost ratio or cost effectiveness of this. Because this world is based on math and money, right? Tell me how that works. See, this is the stuff that we see in our communities that you can't see anything stupider than stuff like this. You know, wisdom and the search for wisdom and the path of seeing the honorable and solidness inside yourself leads you to a world of peril. You know why? Because when you see and you unlock the goodness inside your own self, you start to see what this world has done. We are being led to the grave by suckers, yo. Suckers. You give a person a platform, you give a person some fans and stuff, and boom, we got suckers. You don't never see them on there telling you to do anything non-suckerish. You know, when you're trying to be Superman, right? When you're on a path to be a superhero, right? I love my child. I know she looks at me like a Superman. I'm nowhere near that. I have my own flaws. I have my kryptonite, believe me. But if you want to compare me to some of you men, I might be Superman to y'all. Because y'all are suckers, right? And, you know, like I said, I go everywhere by myself, right? I'm literally a person that could stand on his own. I'm so used to being by myself and stand on my own that I probably would feel kind of uncomfortable in crowds. Like I said when I was at the funeral, right? And when you're striving to be bigger than yourself, when you're striving to be bigger than yourself, putting away your ego and giving more back to the world because you know that you need more because you're not stronger than me. So you need more help. This is what we get to. You think a person like Young Dolph with all the turkey drives, because he got killed like right before, he was supposed to get killed at this turkey drive or something. Do you honestly think that he would still have given as much as he did to the community if he knew that that same community was going to be the one to take him out? That's all you people do is do sucker stuff. And one of the reasons why I don't have no friends is because I watch people. First of all, a person can't come around me and say nothing about nobody I mess with. Not one thing. You could not. Not one thing. I had a girl say something about my baby mom, right? She said something about my baby mom. I literally said, don't talk about my baby mom. I literally said that to her. Right, shut her right down. You know what she said to me? Damn, I actually like that. I like that. Like, oh man, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, this is the world we live in, where a person can go and say something about somebody you deal with. They feel comfortable enough to do that, and you don't correct them. See, that's why I bring receipts, right? Because I'm gonna talk about somebody, which I don't. I never do. I'm just not that type of person. But what if I have to? I will. Especially if it's about my situation and I'm just referring to somebody else. Yeah, I have to bring. But I bring receipts. I bring receipts. You know why? Because a person, if you say, don't talk about that person, I have a right to. First of all, it happened to me, one, and then boom, I bring a receipt. So whatever I'm saying is backed by facts. That's what I love about being Muslim. We come off of proof and evidences. I have proof that you did this to me. You know what we don't have? Proof. You're not going to have no proof. And about me. And normally, the person that talks about me is somebody I gave so much to. That's sucker stuff. That's sucker stuff, because to me, when you come in my face, oh, you kiki ha ha. You'll kiki ha ha all day. You will. You're going to. You have no choice. You have no choice. I will rip you up if you didn't. But behind my back, sucker stuff. One thing I would never do. I'm not gonna. I would. You see what I'm on camera saying stuff about these people. I would never be in your face and kiki ha ha with you, yo. I'm not. First of all, they know I'm not. Not them. Not dumb. They know I'm not. They know I'm not. Now, for peace, like, you know how they do that, the peace and community type of joint. For me, not. If it was be more detriment for me to mess you up and then to not mess you up, I would probably not. Because we all losing. Believe me, we all over here losing. This what burns me out about the feds and the police. You know, like, I'm letting y'all know right now, we're about to have a war. In the next 3 years, we're gonna have nuclear war, guaranteed. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. And they know it too. They know it. They know it. They know we about to have war. And the sad part is that they know we about to have war. And maybe they've done the numbers so they know, because they would obviously have numbers and people that do this type of stuff in the NSA and all that. But I know y'all can't fight in no war. You suckers. You can't run a mile. You can't carry no weight. You can't hold no weight. You can't follow no directions. You can't think past go. You couldn't survive. Do you know the type of environments I survived in? You couldn't survive in none of that. But yet, they'll dangle a person like me out there. Tell me that. I'm not no threat to my own country. But you immigrants are. You immigrants are in America professing another flag. How many immigrants we have in America that literally put another flag of the other country up in their window and stuff like that? How many immigrants do we have in America sending American dollars back to their country? Now, this is not no immigrant like hating, bashing thing. This is just the truth. This is the truth. Tell me what I said that was not true. And that's all I do is speak the truth. You're not going to have a lie from me. You're not going to be able to catch me in no lie. That's all I do is speak the truth, and that's why I'm not liked by it. And I could care less. Because guess what? I stand by myself. And I'll crash out on you by myself. So we have a country allowing us to get ate from the inside out, and we about to have nuclear war. This is what happens when you know we about to collapse. This is the type of behavior of people when you're about to collapse, y'all. We are about to collapse. We're about to collapse. Now, if we're about to collapse, at least let us collapse doing a triple fall somersault, land on our feet type jaunt, then boom type jaunt, like, right? Because if I fall, I'm going to fall the greatest fall, right? If I'm going to fall, I'm like doing a quadruple, quadrep flip and all that. Because like the worst thing you're going to do is you fall and it just be like, just blah. No. Not me. Not me, because I'm going to fall the way I lived. I lived a great life. I lived a very good life, a very great life. I did. I've seen a lot of stuff in my life. I fell in love before. I know what it feels like to fall in love. Half you people don't know what it feels like to fall in love at all. Half you people don't even have enough capacity in your heart to love somebody else but yourself. If you even love yourself, you don't even have enough capacity to be selfless enough to live outside yourself. You can't even make enough room for your ego, to push your ego aside, to put somebody else's love inside yourself. That's how disgusting you people are. You don't even have enough room to move your ego aside. That's how disgusting you people are. Your ego, you shouldn't even have your ego. He's so much of a sucker. Your ego's so much of a sucker. He's so much of a sucker. Like, you shouldn't even have him. If anything, you should just go with anything else. Like, you should have already been killed your ego, because he that much of a sucker. So you move him aside, boom, and then you could maybe have some love for somebody else. But you are so much of a piece of crap, you can't even do that. So you've never fell in love before. You've never been vulnerable before. That's what I mean about being a sucker too, because it takes you to be strong to be vulnerable. What do we have in our country right now, especially in our communities, minority communities? What do you have? People not even wanting to date because they don't want to fall in love with a woman. Sucker shit. This sucker shit. This is literally sucker shit. This is what a sucker would do. It's impossible for you to love somebody and not be vulnerable. Duh, dickhead. You don't know that? That's because you've never been in love before, dickhead. You don't know that? It's impossible for you not to be vulnerable and be in love. So the vulnerable people are the tough ones. They so gangster that they could be vulnerable and not let it affect them and their ego. Right? Oh, you wouldn't know that because you're a sucker. He's a sucker. That's what wisdom taught me. This is what the pursuit of wisdom has done for me in my life. It's made me a gangster. A real one. Not just one that says that he's gangster, but one that lives it. I really live it. Let me tell you how much I live it. I could have been struck. I'm so gangster, I could have been struck. I could have been crashed and everything. I could have been did that. I'm sitting right in my city. I could have been crashed, right? I could have been did that. I've watched people even act like they about to do stuff. I mean, I crack up, laugh at people. People so much of a sucker, right? They so much of a sucker. They want so much clout, right? People be wanting so much clout in my city. They want so much clout, right? That they'll act like they about to do something. It's like WWF or something, like what they do in that wrestling. That's it, like wrestling. They be like, oh, I'm going to all this dumbass shit, right? Sucker shit. Sucker shit. And me, I'm so gangster. I'm over here weighing my options. Like, I got a task that I'm trying to do. I got a task, a mission to complete. The last thing I want to do is to crash out into a sucker and have to sit down for crashing out into you, right? So I'm measuring up the odds and all that. Whole time I'm doing Terminator math on you. You ever see Terminator with a bullet putting the lens up there? I'm doing that on you. You don't even know it. Why you fronting? Why you fronting like with your friends and stuff? We going to do this. But then why you do it then? See, one thing about me is my enemy would never be in front of me. My enemy would never be in front of me. They going to do that. They're never going to do that. My enemy going to run. My enemy going to run in front of me. That's a guarantee. My enemy going to run. He going to run. He going to run in front of me. He see me. He know it's over. He going to run. That's real rap. My enemy runs. My enemy runs when they see me. This is the sucker shit. This is the suck. We live in a city of sucker shit. A world of sucker shit. If you ever wanted to question where you was at in your world, right? If you ever wanted to question if you was like in a sucker country, right? Think about this. If you ever wanted to be like, I wonder if we're in a sucker country. All right, think about this, right? You just heard me say you have to be vulnerable to be in love, right? It's impossible to love something and not be vulnerable towards that something. Right, it's impossible. So I don't know how if anybody could tell me anything different, explain. But if you ever wanted to know, if you was in a sucker country, how much help will you give to the person you think is the least of you? I was in jail, right? And I'm in the county. Now in the county, people really need help. They really need help. You got like dope fiends coming off the street. You got homeless people coming off the street. You got people who's about to spend the rest of their life in jail coming off the street. That was their last free meal that they ate, whatever they ate, coming off the street. And they ain't gonna get no help from nobody. And I don't know what their case is. I don't know if they're guilty. I don't know if they're a child molester. I don't know what their case is. And I'm helping them. I want a person that I hope somebody in my city see this drawing, because I want them to say, that's been on my block when I was in jail, to say that Basir was the only person that gave me something when I came on that block. This is the type of help that I gave. What did you do? What did you do, sucker? Nothing. But run your fucking mouth, because you's a sucker. That's what you did. You ran your mouth. You talked about stuff that meant nothing for nobody. That's the world we live in. We live in a sucker world where they won't help out the least of them, or they'll kick a person when they're down. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Because in my city, right, they'll have they're like, people are scrambling, right? They think that I'm on some stuff, so they scrambling. They trying their hardest to see if they gonna get somebody to do something to me, right? So I'm gonna tell you something. The same people that you see on your way up, you see on your way down. I'm letting you know right now, as I'm building and rising up, and you acting like you gonna do something to me, when you on your way down, don't let me see you. I'm not saying I'm gonna do anything to a person. More than likely, I'm just gonna wave to you. Because see, this is the type of world we live in. If it was me, you, well, not me, somebody else, because you ain't gonna do nothing to me. But if it was me, if it was somebody else, you would probably kick them while they're down. I'm just gonna wave to you while I'm on my way up and you on your way down. See, this is the type of world we live in. We live in a world of suckers. When you're in a world of suckers and you see people down, what do the suckers do? They take even more from the person down. They take even more from the person down. That's what they do. This is the type of world we live in. They take even more. They don't want to help. They're not going to help. They're not going to help. They're not even going to give one little bit of help. This is even worse. They're not going to give one little bit of help, let alone restructure their whole life around maybe trying to put you on track or trying to help you get you on your feet and stuff like that. They're not going to do none of that. They wouldn't do none of that. See, and my thing is this. If you're worried about a person, and what they would do next, if anything, you want that person to have a healthy and happy life, right? Because the last thing you want to do is let that person have a bad life, because you know he's going to crash. This is what I don't understand about the people like in school. They pick on the nerdy person. They know he about to go unhinged, and what they do, mess with him even more. This is the world we live in. This is really the world we live in. You so stupid, you mess with him anymore. Then when he come in and kill you, you're like, I never knew he would do this. Oh, I saw it coming a mile away, dummy. We never knew he was capable of this. Let me tell you something about capability. I have seen people that used to get bullied turn into murderers. They will rip you up. Murderers. I'm talking about savage on a level that you will never be able to attain. Violent on a level that you will never be able to attain. You wouldn't even want to attain that level of violence. Savage. And this is a person that couldn't win a fist fight. See, this is the world we live in. People are so stupid they don't even know that. That's because they never did nothing. They never did nothing. Y'all so gullible. Y'all so gullible that you feeding in to this hype. And these people never did nothing. These people never, who would they do? What they do? They never made a hard decision in their life. They never made a hard decision. They never took care of their children. They never helped nobody out when they needed it. They never went out their way. They never sacrificed anything. They never made a hard decision in their life. And what do? You think he the tough guy. You think he the gangster. You women. How could you? How could you? How could you? I know you're here to be a test for men. I understand that. Where's your soul at? How could you? Why? For dick? For dick. You will break up a happy home because you want to suck dick. Is dick that powerful? I guess so. It must be. I know. Sometimes I know. But how could you? Like, this is the world we live in. This is so, I'm shocked. I feel like this is so bad. This is so bad, yo. And I talk about women, I'm talking about the men, but there's nobody worse than the people running our government. From the police to the feds to the policymakers, lawmakers, there's nobody worse than you soulless characters. Nobody worse. There's nobody worse on this planet than you characters. You lawmakers have messed this country up so bad. You destroyed this world up so bad, right, that we're about to walk right into nuclear war. You about to walk us right into nuclear war. And what are we doing? We don't even have the people with the strategy to fight this type of stuff. Do we have the technology? Yes. Do we have the fake facade of money? Let me tell you something about money, just so y'all understand. Money means nothing. Natural resources in war, natural resources mean everything. Because that dollar bill that we have don't mean shit. It's not going to mean nothing. I can guarantee you. It's going to be worse than toilet paper. Because you're not even going to be able to wipe your ass with that dollar bill. At least with toilet paper, you can wipe your ass with it. I guarantee you'll be able to trade toilet paper before you be able to trade money. In a real war, what we about to see. So it's going to be worth less than toilet paper. That $100 bill. Yo, this is what wisdom has done for me. This is what wisdom will do for you, yo. Wisdom will put you on a level so much that you could walk by yourself. You could care less what happened with you. I walk by myself. You know what I care about when I walk by myself? You know what I care about when I go outside? I just be hoping that I don't have to crash today. Maybe, you know what? I can't even put that on here. I can't even put that on here. When I walk outside, I'm gonna raise that, yo. When I walk outside, yo, I just be hoping that today just don't be like, I just hope that I don't jeopardize my viewing of how my Lord looks at me. I be hoping that I don't turn into that monster today. I be hoping that people don't get me to a point where they turn me into a monster today. That's how I feel when I walk outside. Because y'all people so disgusting that you'll poke a bear until the bear wakes up and then you be mad that he became a bear. He only doing what he was made to do. You created the monster. You mad because you poking him and he wake up and he start ripping you up. What? Why'd you poke him? I have never seen more suckers in my life. This is the world we live in. We live with suckers that poke the bear. Don't stand next to these suckers, yo. If you are a person that values your life and family, don't stand next to these suckers, yo. Real rap, yo. Don't stand next to them. They're going to bring everybody they're going to bring you all down. They're going to bring you all down, yo. They're going to bring you down. Crazy thing is, even the people that was around me that told on me ain't even down. This is how crazy life is. This is what happens when you know you've been around somebody that's not a sucker. Is that even when something happens, you still make out better, in a better position. That's the sad part about this. Now, will karma happen to them? Oh yeah, karma's gonna get them. Of course it is. That's more than likely why they scramble. Karma gonna catch up to them. They can't hide nowhere. Karma's gonna catch up to them people. Of course it is. It's gonna happen. You can't hide this. It don't matter if I'm on earth or after earth. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Karma's going to get to you because Allah doesn't like what you did. Allah don't like that. But you know, one thing, if you are a person that can't stand on your own feet, you're not your own person. If you are a person that you're sitting there, you look and you're like, damn, yo, this person really was the person that helped me out of all these bad things that I was like, when I was low, he was the one that picked me up. Nobody else picked me up. He was, and you can't even stand up and defend his name or his honor. You're going to see what the law is going to do for you. Because never will a person be able to say anything about somebody that did good for me. They're not going to do that. The falling out, the falling out that we have over like, you know, he didn't come over the house that time. I had to stop dealing with him because he was like, he was like not, you know, he wasn't a person I could rely on or something like that. That's light stuff. A person can't come to me and be like, yo, you know, such and such. Like, oh no, I don't know that. And don't talk about him around me. They ain't gonna do that because they can't stand on their own. They cannot stand on their own feet, yo. And that's the world that we live in. We're not really the world we live in because that's really the country we in. And right now we got so many immigrants running across the border into this country. You don't even know what country you live in now. This is not a country. This is not the United States. This is not the United States, y'all. This is not the United States of America, y'all. I hope you know that. This is not. And then we're promoting sucker shit. So we're promoting people to not be able to stand on their own feet. And I blame that on the people, like I said, the police, the feds, the councilmen and people. I blame that on y'all. Because y'all promote sucker stuff. Y'all promote it. Y'all lying. You're liars. You are liars, yo. That's all you do is lie. That's all you suckers do is lie. And then you watch the nut shit happen right in front of your face. You watch that girl do that. You help that girl do that. You helped her. And then you watch people, you watch them lie on other people, lie on their name, lie on their honor, and you do nothing to watch it, and you do nothing to stop it. You watch people go in and take these high value people out. Who else is going to contribute what he contribute? Yeah, I mean, like, hold on, let's be for real. Let's talk about what I said, Young Dolph. Let's talk about that. Who else is bringing international money in like Young Dolph was? Who filled this spot? You niggas ain't even got national security on your mind. You ain't even got national money on your mind. Who filling the spot? He was rocking shows. He'd go out the country and rock a show, right? He bringing money from other countries to the United States, right? Who you got doing that? Who'd you replace? You sat there and watched them do that, right? You knew that he got a hit on y'all. Y'all know all types of shit. Stop it. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. I know y'all knew. Did you stop it? No. We know you didn't stop it because he got killed. So who do you have replacing the bag he was bringing, the international bag he was bringing in? You don't. Y'all so fucking stupid. I'm ashamed to be in this country right now, watching y'all make the dumbest mistakes I've ever seen in my life. I don't even care if this is a dumb mistake. I don't even care no more, yo. Because y'all so stupid. I ain't never seen more stupid ass shit in my life. I'm cool. Stupid. That's what wisdom would do. That's what wisdom does for you, yo. Wisdom opens up your mind, your third eye, so much it will burn you out so bad. You don't even want to live no more. You don't even want to live no more. I don't mean, let me rephrase that. I want to live to make sure that I try to save as much as I can of the people around me. But when I say you don't want to live no more, you don't care about living and dying no more because of how sucker this place is. That's how bad this joint is. That's how bad this joint is, y'all. It's that bad. And y'all did that. That's y'all work. That's y'all work. Y'all did that. Y'all did that. And y'all ain't even gonna take responsibility for it. And that really shows me how much suckers y'all are. Cause y'all not even gonna take responsibility for it. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, he's right. You're gonna be like, no, don't listen to him. Who's he? Sucker shit. Sucker shit. I wish y'all the best. That's what wisdom would do.